we'll just find ourselves in our comfortable seated mountain, grounding down through the feet, feeling the support of the chair underneath. Back is straight but not stiff. And your gaze can be wherever is comfortable. And then once you've arrived in this seat, maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Gently drawing your focus inwards. Letting go of the prior events of the day. And just being in this space, in this moment. And taking note of anything you're feeling in your body today, any little aches or pains, tension or tightness. Looking on that with kindness. And gently bringing your attention to the breath in and out through your nose. And without forcing anything, we'll take a few breaths with an extended exhale. Or maybe assigning a count to your inhale. It doesn't matter what the number is. And then as you count your exhale, letting it extend just a couple beats longer. And as you practice this extended exhale, just noticing maybe the relaxation that comes in your mind and body. And now letting go of that extended exhale and just returning back to the natural rhythm of your breath. And if it feels comfortable, bringing your palms together in front of your heart or resting one hand over the other over your heart. And maybe setting an intention for yourself. Something you like to focus on for the next 45 minutes or so as we move throughout this practice. And when you're ready, letting your eyes flutter back open, releasing the hands to rest on your thighs. Then we begin with our head and neck warm up, as usual. So taking an inhale in the center. And as you exhale, looking over the right shoulder. And moving back and forth, inhaling back to center. Exhaling, looking to the left. And just letting your own breath be your guide and listening to your body as we shift the gaze from side to side, starting to loosen up the neck. Coming back to center. Now beginning to shift the gaze up and down on the inhales and exhales. Then you can keep your eyes closed during this practice if it feels good during this part of the practice. And next time your chin comes down, we'll just start gently rolling the neck from shoulder to shoulder. Again, finding a rhythm, using your breath as the guide. And if it's comfortable for you and you want to do a couple of complete rotations of your neck, you can do that. But being very gentle. And then bringing your head back to center. And we'll drop the ear towards the right shoulder. And then taking maybe those arm options, cradling the head with the hands. And maybe letting the left arm drop down by your side, palm facing forward. And if it's comfortable, you can rotate the chin towards the underside of your arm, getting a little bit of a different stretch. Taking just a couple breaths here. And then releasing the arm, releasing the head back to center, and switching sides, so dropping the left ear toward the left shoulder, cradling the head, maybe letting the right hand fall down to the side, maybe flipping the palm to face forward. And then if you'd like to shift the gaze and shift the chin to the side. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then releasing back to center. And just start to gently roll the shoulders backwards. Feeling the tension release as the shoulders roll back down your spine. And then switching directions, rolling forwards. And now extending the arms out to the sides, palms facing to the front. Don't just rotate the hands and arms backwards and forwards, so the palms are going from front to back, engaging the shoulders and arm muscles. And now flipping the palms up towards the sky, we'll just come in and out, so touching the tips of the fingers to the shoulders and then back out. Building strength. Arms, shoulders, and upper back. And releasing the arms down by your sides. And now continuing with the arms, we'll sweep the arms out to the sides and then bringing the hands to touch opposite shoulders behind your heads. Just twisting so you can see what I'm doing. And then exhaling the arms down. So we'll keep flowing through that a few times. So inhaling, arms rise, bending at the elbows and touching the tips of your shoulders. And then releasing the arms out to the side. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling up with the arms. And exhale. And if your fingers don't get all the way to the tips of your shoulders, you can just touch maybe the elbows. And releasing the arms down to the side. So we'll take now a couple of seated twists. So crossing, let's see, the left leg over the right. We'll do an open twist and bringing the left arm, that left leg, and then twisting to the right. And from here, if you'd like to do a little bit more neck work, you can gently shift the gaze from shoulder to shoulder while we're in this twist. And maybe holding for a couple more breaths. And then releasing, untwisting. And as you come through center, taking your hands to the base of your spine, your fingers pointing down towards the chair, and just arching the back, bending at the elbows, slightly lifting the gaze. And then releasing, and we'll switch sides, so crossing opposite leg. Bringing the right arm to the right leg, and then twisting to the left. And I'm using the chair for a little bit of help. You can also have your hand on your hip. Whatever works for you. And as you breathe here, if you'd like to, shift the gaze from shoulder to shoulder, moving with the breath. And now holding in the twist for just a couple more breaths. Feeling that engagement through the core and the spine. And then coming back to center, uncrossing the legs. We'll do a couple of breaths of joy, which we've done before. So arms are down at your sides. And as you inhale, lifting the arms up by your ears. And on the exhale, letting them come down halfway. Inhale, opening the arms out to the side. Exhale, back in. Inhale, arms up by the ears again. And then exhale, coming all the way down. We'll do that a couple of more times. So moving with the breath as you inhale, sweeping the arms up by the ears. Exhaling, down halfway. Inhale, opening the arms wide. Exhale, back to center. Inhaling the arms back up. And exhale, floating all the way down. That once more, moving with your own breath, inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, opening the arms wide. Exhaling, back in. Inhaling the arms back up. And exhale, letting them fall all the way down to your side. And bringing the hands to rest again on your thighs and scooting up a little bit in the chair if you're not already there. We'll take a few rounds of our cat and cow stretch. So inhaling here. And as you exhale, sliding the hands forward and then rounding the spine toward the back of the chair. Chin comes towards the chest. And then inhale, sliding the hands back towards the body, gently arching the spine and lifting the gaze upward. And just moving back and forth for a few reps. Maybe thinking about engaging your abdominal muscles in this movement. And we'll do one more round of cat-cow. And then returning back to a neutral spine in our seated mountain pose. And from here, we'll walk the feet slightly inwards, maybe even touching if that's comfortable, insides of the feet touching. And we'll just let the knees drop out and then draw them back in, back and forth. Starting to engage those hip muscles. And then releasing that movement and walking the feet back out about hip distance apart. And we'll take just some gentle circles of the hips. So moving in one direction, shifting the weight from side to side. Just letting your body move with the hips. And then changing directions if you haven't already. When you're ready, resetting seated mountain. And so we'll take now our seated pigeon. So extending the right leg, and you know the options. You can extend the right leg out on the floor and open the hip by rolling out on the outer edge of the foot. So you're just getting a gentle opening in the hip. Or if it's available, you can pick up the foot, crossing it over the left knee for a little bit of a deeper hip opener. And then hands can either come to the hips or maybe using the sides of the chair for support. So we'll take an inhale, and as you exhale, hinging from the hips with a straight spine, just gently folding forward, just until you feel the first little hints of sensation. Most likely in the outside of your right hip. And just using your breath to help relax any areas of sensation. And then when you're ready, helping yourself back up to an upright position, gently removing the foot if it's up. And we'll move to that position on the other side. So again, you can either just extend the leg slightly out on the floor and roll out on the outer edge of the left foot this time, or cross the foot over the knee. Maybe noticing the differences between the two sides. This side is a little tighter for me. And then hands on the chair on your hips. Taking a deep inhale and then exhaling to hinge forward. Maybe you notice you can go farther on this side, or maybe it's a little tighter. And once again, using the breath, let's see if you can find space, openness in that hip joint. And on your next inhale, rising back up and releasing the leg, finding that seated mountain. And now extending the right leg out in front of you, just pointing and flexing the foot a few times. Engaging the hamstrings and loosening up the ankle joints. And then maybe roll the foot in one direction and then the other, or any other movements that feel good. Loosen up the feet and toes. And then we'll switch sides, so extending the left foot, pointing and flexing. And then maybe rolling the ankle one direction and then back in the other. And then letting the foot come back to rest on the floor. Then we'll reset in our seated mountain once again. So we'll do just a little modified sun salutation flow. And I think we've done this one before, but it might have been a little while. So we'll take it pretty slow. So sitting here in seated mountain, taking a deep inhale. And on your next exhale, bringing your hands to rest, palms together in front of your heart. Prayer seal, prayer mudra. On your next inhale, sweeping the arms out to the sides, palms meeting above your head. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, either coming halfway, elbows resting on the thighs, or all the way down. On the inhale, we'll rise all the way up, arms coming up by the ears, and letting the right foot bend at the knee, lifting off the mat. And exhale, put the foot down, arms come down to the thighs. On your next inhale, coming to that cow position, so inhaling, arms sliding towards the body, arching the spine. And then exhale into cat, rounding the spine towards the back of the chair. Next inhale, arms sweep up. This time the left foot lifts up off the floor, bent at the knee. Exhale, putting the foot down and coming back into a forward fold, either halfway or all the way. Your next inhale, arms sweep up to the side as we rise back to seated, palms meeting above the head. And then exhaling, hands coming down to heart center. We'll take a couple breaths and then we'll try that one again. This is basically a modified sun salutation of what we would do in a standing practice, so very similar. So taking one more inhale and exhale here. And on your next inhale, letting the arms sweep up to the sides, palms meeting above the head. Exhale, swan diving forward into either a half or full forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep up by the ears as we lift the right foot up off the floor. Exhale, foot comes down, hands come to thighs. Inhale, hands slide towards the body, arching the spine, lifting the gaze. Exhale, angry cat, rounding the spine, hands slide forward. Inhale, the arms back up, lifting the left foot off the floor. And exhale, finding that forward fold once again. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sides, palms meeting overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's do that once more now that we've got it. So inhaling, sweeping the arms up, palms meeting overhead. Exhale, swan diving down into forward fold. Inhale, lifting up, lifting the right foot, arms come up by the ears. Exhale, foot comes down, arms come to the thighs. Inhale, arching the back, hands slide towards the body, gaze lifts, chest opens. Exhale, rounding the spine, hands slide toward the knees, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up, the left leg lifts up. Exhale, finding that forward fold once again. Inhale, arms sweep up to the side. Palms meet. And exhale, hands come to heart center. And you can release the hands down by your sides. And maybe take a couple more of those hip circles before we reset and move into a warrior two. Just any kind of movements that feel good for you. And so moving into our warrior two, we'll simply turn out the right foot. So right toes are pointing towards the right. And you could stay here just like this. Or if you'd like to extend the left leg out to the side, slightly turned in with those back toes. Put your hands on your hips and we'll try and square the hips towards the front. They might not be completely square, but putting the hands on the hips kind of helps us move in that direction. And when you're ready, letting the arms extend, right arm out in front, left arm behind. For our warrior two. And just feeling a sense of grounding through the feet in this pose. Stretches obviously the legs, inner thighs and the groin, hips. It can be therapeutic for sciatica, carpal tunnel, osteoporosis, variety of conditions. And letting the shoulders relax in this pose, away from the ears. And so now bringing the left hand to the hip, keeping that right hand extended. Lift the right palm up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, gently arching the spine and sweeping the right hand over the head. And then exhale, coming back, extending the hand out to the side, palm facing down. We'll flow back and forth like that just a few times. So flipping the palm up as you inhale. Finding a slight arch in the spine, reversing the warrior. And then exhale, flipping the palm back down, finding that warrior two arm. And just moving with your own breath. Maybe letting the gaze follow the right hand if that's comfortable, or just keeping the head and neck wherever feels right for you. And the next time we come into this reverse warrior, just holding here for a couple of breaths. Feeling the openness in the chest. And noticing if you're holding any tension, either in your upper body, in your shoulders and neck, or in your hips and thighs. And just seeing if you can relax that a little bit. And taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, release the arm, and then release the legs. Coming back through center, maybe gripping the chair and taking a couple of windshield wipers with the legs before we move to the other side. So when you're ready, moving to that Warrior Two flow on the left side. So turning the left leg out, left toes pointing out to the side, and then finding your options. So if the legs aren't feeling it today, you can stay right here, or you can extend the right leg out behind, toes slightly turned in. And again, maybe putting the hands on the hips to try and square the body towards the front, feeling that stretch along the inner thigh. And then when you're ready, extending the arms, left arm in front, right arm behind this time. And we'll take a few breaths, just enjoying this powerful warrior pose. And when you're ready, preparing to move into that flow, so bringing the right hand to the hip. And as you inhale, flipping the left palm, sweeping the arm over the head and slightly arching in the back. And then exhale, bringing the arm back down. And flowing back and forth. Feeling stability and grounding in the lower body as we move the upper body. And on your next reverse warrior, we'll hold there for a couple of breaths. And once again, notice if you're holding any tension in any parts of the body. Seeing if you can find any release. And one more inhale here. And as you exhale, releasing the arm and releasing the legs, coming back to center. And once again, maybe taking a nice little windshield wiper. And we'll take just a few cleansing breaths here now. So just letting the hands rest either on your thighs or down by your sides, wherever is comfortable. And we'll inhale in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Inhale in through the mouth and exhale through the nose. We'll do that a couple more times, inhaling in through the nose and sighing out through the mouth. Inhaling through the mouth and exhaling through the nose. And last time. So we'll come into a seated eagle now. So crossing the right leg over the left, and then the right arm under the left. Coming into a bear hug or eagle arms. Letting the palms work their way towards each other. That's not my favorite arm position, so I'm gonna stay in a nice bear hug. But whichever position you choose, just feeling the sensation of the breath moving through your body and particularly into the upper back. This is also a grounding sort of pose. Helps build focus and stamina. One more inhale here. And exhale, release the arms and release the legs. Maybe giving them a little shake. And switching sides, so crossing the left knee over the right and left arm under the right for either the bear hug or eagle arms. Finding what option feels best for you. And I neglected to mention, if it's in your practice, you can also hook your foot on the leg that's crossed around your bottom leg. Just enjoying, again, the sensation of breath here. And one more inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the arms, uncrossing the legs. And let me check. So now we'll do just a couple more seated twists and then we'll close in meditation. So this time we'll shift so that we're facing to the right in the chair, so shifting our bodies, and then grabbing the top corners of the chair with the hands, and then gently engaging the core, engaging the spine, using the hands to draw us into a twist to the right. Feeling the breath once again move through your body. Giving our internal organs a little massage. Letting the shoulders relax. And when you're ready, untwisting and walking your feet back through center and then over to the left. So our bodies and our feet are facing to the left. Grabbing the upper corners of the chair. And then lengthening through the spine, engaging the core, and pulling ourselves into the twist on this side. And when you're ready, releasing from the twist and helping yourself back to a seated position. And taking a moment if there are any last movements you'd like to make before we find our seated Shavasana. So we're working our way to a position that's going to be comfortable for the next few moments. Maybe sitting back in the chair. Be letting the legs extend out slightly. Whatever is comfortable for you. When you've found this place of stillness, once again letting the gaze soften, maybe closing your eyes. Once again, doing a quick scan of your body. Does it feel different than when you began this practice? Taking a moment to notice what's present. Gently bringing your attention once again to the breath. In and out through the nose. Just really focusing on your breath, experiencing it. You may notice that the air coming in is cooler than the air going out. You might like to think of your breath as a magical substance that breathes in joy with every inhale. And sends joy back out into the world with every exhale. Bringing the number 10 into your mind. We'll count down from 10 on every out breath. So as you take an inhale, as you exhale, bring to mind the number 10. Inhaling again, and then 9, and so on, and so on. And just without forcing anything, allow yourself to focus on the breath, counting down with each exhale. If your focus drifts, if you're distracted by thoughts, that's no big deal. If you lose count, just simply start again. Keeping the focus on the breath. The link between the mind, body, and the present moment. And now just gently letting go of the count wherever you are. And once again, bringing your palms together, either in prayer hands in front of your heart, or maybe one hand resting on top of the other, on top of your heart. Reflecting again on the intention you set, if you chose to set one. We'll breathe in one last breath of joy. And as you exhale, bowing forward, sending that joy back out into the world. Namaste.